Hey, Warren Eckstein here. It is October. What does that mean? The beginning of the holiday season, specifically Halloween just around the corner. In my neighborhood, people are already decorating for Halloween. Generally, I never use a script. I talk to you directly from my head, but there's so much information to share with you about Halloween safety for your pets. It can be a very fun time. It can also be a very dangerous time. So I want to go down my list. It's quite extensive, so bear with me. Just remember, all the information I'm going to give you could be exactly what you need to save your dog or cat from having a horrible, horrible Halloween, which nobody wants. So listen to me carefully. It may sound something like you hear every year, but it's really important to be reinforced every year so you don't forget. For example, the costumes, the masks, the lights, the decorations can really freak out your dogs and your cats. So I put together a list. First of all, and probably the most important thing you can remember, is there is so much candy and treats all around the house this time of year. No for your dogs, no for your cats. You may have no idea what's in the candy around the house. Maybe it has xylitol, which is very dangerous for your dogs and cats. Chocolate we know about, theobromide and other things. But also things like raisins, for example, can really mess up your dog's kidney. So you want to make sure that all the treats are away. What I generally do is I always set up a separate bowl on my countertop with treats specifically for Molly and Willie. You may want to try the same thing. Also, it's important to understand that this time of year, there's so much craziness, people running in and out, and people knocking on the door and trick-or-treating, and normally your friendly dog sees all of a sudden someone looking really strange, like the Spider-Man showing up, can really make your dog a little nuts. So it's important to remember this. Number one, make sure that your dog and cat is up to date on all their ID. Microchip is up to date. ID tag is up to date. Make sure all those are up to date. It's really, really important because, again, this is one of those times of year, Halloween, where a lot of dogs and a lot of cats do, in fact, get lost. And you want to make sure that on that you have someone to contact if they do, so you can get them back with you. And remember, because you're opening your door so many times, trick-or-treating, I know it's not like when I was growing up. There were thousands of trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood. It's not as bad nowadays, but still, a lot of people coming to your door, opening and closing the door constantly, can really give your dog or cat that opportunity. You may be involved with the trick-or-treater and the dog or cat scoots out. So be real careful about that. Obviously, decorations. When I was a kid growing up, we carve out the pumpkin and we put the candle in it. No. If you have a dog or cat in your house, no candle. If you want to use one of those little battery-operated candles, and even those I don't necessarily recommend when you're not home because the dog or cat can get into them and chew into those as well. But if you're going to use candles in your jack-o'-lanterns, I don't recommend real candles. If you're home, maybe just put a big note on your front door to put out all the candles before you leave. A lot of people use those glow sticks, decorations, batteries. All of those things can be dangerous. So just kind of walk around the house. I know this may sound eccentric, and you guys know I say this all the time. I would never sound eccentric. But think about this. You have to look at your home not just from your perspective, but look at it from your dog or cat's perspective as well. For years, what I would do is I would crawl around the house and look how my dogs and cats are looking at things. What do they see that I may not be seeing that could be dangerous? So you may want to get on your hands and knees and try that a little bit as well. But there's so many things out there that can be dangerous. I can't believe I have a whole list here. Now, if you plan on putting your dog or cat in a costume, personally, my dogs run around butt naked on Halloween, but it's your option. The only thing I'm going to recommend here, if your dog or cat doesn't enjoy being in a costume, don't put it on him. Makes common sense. Some dogs, I have known dogs that love being dressed up. If that's the case, fine, do it. Make sure it's a safe costume. Make sure it fits properly. Don't cover up the eyes. Don't cover up the nose. Don't cover up the mouth. Don't cover up the ears. Make sure it's comfortable. And make sure the dogs have the opportunity to get adjusted to it before you actually put it on them. But again, as I said, my guys walk around butt naked, but it is kind of cute sometimes seeing a dachshund with that hot dog thing on his back. But remember, make sure it's comfortable, make sure it fits, and I don't care if you like it, make sure your dog or cat likes it before you put it on them. And the other thing is really keep your dogs indoors. So many people forget about the concept, and I talked about this earlier. The doorbell's ringing. Normally the doorbell rings, the dog runs to the door, you tell the dog to stay or whatever, and you answer the door. This may happen 50, 60 times on Halloween. And again, there are kids coming to the door, so they're animated, their hands are up, they're in costumes, they may be yelling, they may be screaming, all things to take into consideration. I know I'm going in depth here, but remember, I hear the horror stories every year after Halloween. So let me go a little bit further with you guys as well. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but it's going to be definitely worth it. As I said, that constant opening and closing of the door can make a difference as well. Now, here's what I recommend. No matter how well trained your dog is, No dog is perfect, no cat is perfect, no person's perfect. So what I do on Halloween is I take Molly and I take Willie, I put them in the most comfortable room I can, usually my bedroom, our bedroom, we share it all together. They're on my bed. I put the TV on or I leave the radio on at relatively loud volume to kind of block out some of the noises. That can make all the difference in the world. Now, also take into consideration, pumpkins outside, things around the house. All of this can be really attractive to your dog, so be really, really conscientious. The bottom line is this. Halloween should be a fun time for the whole family. Just the other day, I was walking Molly and Willie in my neighborhood. What's today? October 3rd. It's only the 3rd of October, so we got a whole month to prepare. And I'm walking past the neighbor's house, and they already have this big black cat that blows up and goes things in the air and the arms in the air, already decorating their houses. So Molly and Willie looked at that. They normally walk past this house and maybe they pee there, but they don't do anything else. But they kind of freaked out a little bit when they saw this. So be real careful. Keep your dogs on a leash. You should do that anyway. Just remember, Halloween should be fun. Should be a great time for all. If you follow the advice I just gave you, you can have a safe Halloween. Your pets can have a fun Halloween and a safe Halloween as well. Halloween's a great time. It kicks off the holiday season, Thanksgiving, then Christmas. And I'll talk more about that as we get closer. But I just want to make sure that all of your dogs and cats are safe during the Halloween season. Have fun. And if you put on the costume and your dog enjoys it, send me your photo to mail@thepetshow.com. I'd love to see it. Give your pets a big hug and a kiss for you, one between the ears from me on more next. And happy Halloween. Enjoy your pets. Make sure they stay safe.